Hey, how's it going, folks? Today is the 31st of December 2023, and yesterday I had a dinner with mum, do early celebration of her birthday and my birthday, and it really got me thinking. When mum said, "You do not want a home ever again, or own a property," then I looked at her, I'm like, well, interest rate's going to keep going up. Then I hear all these stories. I see, what's my surrounding. For example, my father, my ex-partner, just people around. And what I recently learned, and I know it sounds so old for me to even say this, but to look at housing nowadays is not forever. It's like, it's you gotta look at it as in more in an investment. And there's different type of housing where you go and you look at the same thing with trading or crypto. And the only difference between a house is, of course, it's a central physical need, essential. Having the four walls, a roof over your head, and have the ownership of that property. Now, property back in the days where a house is to design for you to live happy and after. Nowadays, houses are being built, whether it's been poor quality or good quality, or it's more an investment. People say, I'll buy this house, later down the track I'll knock it down, or later the track if I sell it I can double it or triple it. It's the same concept of Bitcoin, whatever, and you buy it, and then it goes up. Now, obviously, houses have been going up for the last 3 decades or whatever, or 4 or 5, whatever what you guys call it, right? And it keeps going up. Now it's on a down slope because of the 13 interest rate going up. Inflation at the moment is, Inflation at the moment is 5.75. I believe our inflation at once upon a time was 8 or 9%. For us to get down to 2 or 3% inflation, that means we have to have another 13 or 15 or 20 more interest rate cut to get to that level. Now, I'm not here to say what's good or what's bad. They all have risk. It's just the fact that it's a lot more predictable. It's a lot more longer. It's not fluctuate, not like Bitcoin and things like that. I'm 24 tomorrow. 34. I'm turning. And I said to myself, have I done good in life where I am today? I don't have a house. I have 3 cars, 1 in a car loan. Everyone is pushed for this house and whatever. And they're not scared about, interest rate or inflation or whatever. I'm happy. I don't feel any stress. But I have no savings of the outgoings on whatever and ongoing tax. For me to look at it now, I don't know whether it's good or not. Then yesterday, my sister was telling me she doesn't know how to save and she's being picky and choosy. For example, I mentioned, go to Latin America. I'm scared to die. Go to Europe. It's too expensive for scholarship, as I'm speaking. I said, go to Malaysia. It's not a Chinese-speaking country. I would like to move to a country that is a Chinese-speaking country. I'm like, Malaysia it can be a Chinese-speaking country. And nowadays, the next generation I'm looking at it now is like it's forever staying with parents. There's no such thing as a forever home, whatever. And I'm not here to complain or anything. I'm just here to say, like, life is getting tougher and tougher and tougher. Money's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And for me to even look at it in a big picture, I don't know what to say because of, we live in the world where we have all these technology gadgets and AI. It's coming to us. And I fear myself to not getting into change or getting into it. I'm still stuck in the middle making all these videos and I'm not making any progress in my life. Yes, I made very good money, but I'm not satisfied because I've got to pay the tax man and I've got no money. And I said to myself, when I was making very heavily money where I used to live in my landlord, where I am right now is, which is better? I had no outgoings. I was living a simple life, and look at me now. I'm living with a life with a lot of ongoing bills, and I'm still have nothing. Is there accomplishment here? I'm 34 tomorrow, and it's just that sort of topic just really got me thinking. I never put anyone down, even though I just agreed one of the I was making a little joke. I was not even a joke, but I'm just being practical. Wear shorts and everything like that, and he just gave me a finger. None, mind your own business, whatever. But I never take it personal or go attack or anything like that. There's life. I never put anyone down. I'm just like, just here to say, like, it's just so much, like life. There's a lot to go through and a lot to learn. And I don't know how much previous video that I made about this topic regarding those who did not establish a house first, but establish a hustling or getting a job and establishing business left, right and center is the long-term gainer. Because the moment you start a house or whatever, or you buy a business or whatever, you got a house, you face towards the secure side of it, whether it's a 9-to-5 permanent job, or perhaps it's just you feel the security need. And when interest rate goes up and cost of living is going up or inflation going up, the only option you can do is just keep working overtime or find another job and working, but there's no progress. There's no line to be driven. And I said to myself, the way how I go crazy at my ex-partner about the shop and chasing for stability, because my daughter is still young, and I look at it now, maybe I should change myself and head towards to change for 2024 to establish somehow, whether it's crypto or whatever, instead of this comfort zone and making these videos, believing that I can do it. And it's very difficult when you're in the comfort zone. And how much longer can I do my work in this sort of salary? And that is something that it's always been bothering me. And I'm not here to complain. I'm just here to say, like, it's just we're so comfort, or maybe we're spoiled. The comfort level, we're so used to the comfortable level, and when we're not comfortable, we don't like that position. So it is the fact that I said to myself so many times, pitched this whole idea is like, if I want to start a business, I want to do this, I want to do that, automated vending machine, or perhaps of doing the fruits, or another one is just basically like mobile coffee shop. Another one is like a burger joint or something like that. It's just sometimes I think about it, but I never execute or never take it serious. And for me to think about it, like, even the money that I make now, it may not be the same next year. And it's just very frustrating for me to even think it through. And just having to see all that and seeing where my life at the moment, in the past I made a video, a quarter life crisis. Now I'm looking at it, I'm just staying afloat, just barely staying afloat at the moment. So this is the overview of me looking at 2023, and there's nothing much I could say on this video. All I can say is the fact that I was glad that I worked in one of my dream job, which is working in Energy Aljana, and I look at my health is not great. There should be some changes in my life that I have to progress through, and it's just we're so stuck on this comfort bubble zone. And when I hear about my sister complaining X, Y, and Z, this country, this and that, I start to say to myself, I'm an Australian born, I'm not much different from her. Look at the migrants, they're all buying houses left, right and centre, taking the risk. We don't like to take risks, they are the Australian born. So I said to myself, like, first generation is my father came to Australia and chasing all these houses, whatever. And the second and third generation, it's just so weak. I'm scared. I saw my dad didn't sell his house. I'm scared. $7 million debt. He couldn't sell any of his houses. I'm just here. I'm like, at least I'm neutral. I'm not going up or going down. I'm a father. I've just recently separated, and I just felt like the partner that I was with, whether right now I say is bad, maybe when I look back at this video I say she was doing good for me. you know, there's a say that a good wife will give you prosperity, but I don't really get to see that much unless if the business go well. And it's all about risk taking. It's just so much overhead. I'm sick and tired of being in slavery, just having all these bills that I'm paying large amount. Like, I'm scratching myself whether should I go on holiday or not. And it's just so much to go through, and I'm just not in the right mind. And it's just, when I had money, I have a problem. When I don't have money, I have no problem. But it's just the simple of to go through this whole thing. I just said to myself, I don't know who am I anymore. You know, people, it's either one, I like to say take advantage of me or whatever. I just looked at a very cold shell. Maybe because of the divorce of my family has impacted me in this way. It's always trying to be survival, live small, be small. But those that intact the family, they go big, large, they don't care. When I mention about recession, depression, or inflation, interest rate goes up, they looked at me like I'm a stupid idiot. It's just so much to go through, you know. I'm just there, I'm like, I don't know. And I'm not the sheep type, that's a problem with me. But that's the video that I just wanted to make by 2023. I know next 2 years will be my bad luck year, which is a snake year. I'm a snake. So that's the video, and next year is dragon year. I don't know what to expect. If I do go back to this partner, where we at the process of separation, I don't know what to say or what to do after I make this video. I have to make some changes, that's all.